This is Chile, and in the 1960s, over 50% of the industry in the country was controlled by American multinational corporations. This is a story of how a company became so powerful that it overthrew a democratically elected president. The year is 1963, and the United States and the Soviet Union were at the peak of the Cold War. This led to the United States to enact policies to prevent the spread of communism around the world. But specifically in its own hemisphere, the United States was watching very careful every move in every country in the American hemisphere. Since they didn't want another country after Cuba to have good relationship with the Soviets or fall to the Soviet Union as a puppet state. John F. Kennedy, then President of the United States, ordered the CIA to start the process to control Chile not from the government but from the economic side of things. This is the first time we see the United States enacting this economic stranglement campaign to obtain control of a country so that the United States could control its government and decision making. The United States approved $8 billion for investments in Chile through American corporations. The CIA started throwing money to a group called the Pepsi Instigated Coup. This group was made of Chileans and Americans in Chile that were pro-United States and pro-multinational corporations. Within this group, you could find people from the government of Chile to representatives from the United States. However, because of the CIA still wasn't sure at this time if Allende was going to win the elections, they were just throwing the pieces together so that when the moment comes, if Allende wins, they could overthrow the government. By the 1970s, when it was evident that the Allende government was winning the national election of Chile, this group started creating and collecting evidence to show the American Congress to persuade a military reaction by the United States. This group went as far as creating fake evidence to show Congress people that indeed, if they let Chile fall under Allende's hands, he was going to nationalize all the industries, open relationships with the Soviets government, and therefore the second communist state in America was going to be Chile. PepsiCo was in fear that if Allende took control, they would lose a lot in profit, since Allende was proposing nationalizing industries so that they were benefiting the people of Chile. This was a radical idea. Allende was proposing nationalizing the sugar, metal, and mining industries in Chile. So the stage was set. By 1971, the plan was executed. The CIA founded some right-wing groups in Chile. Allende was overthrown and sent to Mexico. When Allende was born in the plane with his family to flee Chile, the CIA paid actors to scream at him things such as corrupt or thief. All this information we know because in the 2010s, the CIA made all these documents declassified. So this is how Pepsi overthrew a democratic elected president. If you like this video, please subscribe and make sure to check out the links below.